Hi, my name's Tyrone, and I have chronic pain in my right scapula. Then, sort of my early 20s, it became obvious to me that my shoulder was clicking and hurting. As much as I tried to look into a solution, nothing, I couldn't get any relief. So I kind of just tried to live my life with it in the background as much as I could. So I put it off until probably, I would say, about early 30s. At that point, I thought that I might have had early onset arthritis, and there wasn't much I could do about it, and I just needed to get on with it, I guess. But then once I became more educated, I realized, it's consistently there. So it is, by definition, not acute but chronic. And I saw shoulder specialists. I tried numerous alternative therapies. I had to fight with the specialists for them to allow me to have surgery. It was really persistent, and they sort of humored me and let me have the surgery, and it turned out it didn't make any difference. Around about that time that I then read about spinal cord stimulation surgery, and I had surgery for that. Right now I am 8 weeks since post-surgery. At this point, unfortunately, it hasn't been the silver bullet I was hoping it would be. My pain is usually fairly consistent from day to day. Pretty much every day I wake up in the mornings and I have to take my medication because I wake up in pain. It feels like I have a knife in my shoulder blade like all day long pretty much, and that tends to make you feel pretty tired and not so in the best of moods too. Yeah, the emotional impact that chronic pain has on you is not to be understated. It's taken me a long time to process it in my own terms. There's no roadmap for it. No one can say, this is how it's going to be, this is what you do, this is how you should think about it. It's just a big void that you're left questioning. When you think, oh, well, what's my next 30 years on this planet going to be like? It's going to be the same as the last 20 years have been, which have been pretty difficult, and you can go to a pain specialist and they'll help you with the physical aspect if you're lucky, but no one really talks about the emotional. It's just this huge area that's not even really spoken about. Key thing you need from a GP when you have chronic pain is a good relationship, someone that has compassion and empathy. I had experiences with other GPs who were very black and white. It made me feel guilty for being on such a high dosage of meds. On top of feeling physically bad, you feel emotionally bad because you're trying to balance, you're trying to work, and you're trying to achieve other life goals, and then on top of it you get prejudiced when you go to the doctor. Luckily now I have a GP that I see who I've been seeing for a while, so we have a relationship of trust, and it took a while to get that. Over a series of months I had to show her that I was responsible and that I wasn't a drug seeker and that I was just a guy trying to get by who lives with chronic pain, basically. I do very much enjoy being a physical person. I've come to realize that, and I like to be outdoors and doing stuff. I was also determined that I wasn't going to let it stop me from doing the things that I love. I'm 8 years into my career as a creative practitioner, and I've also done some pretty big overseas trips, surf trips to remote places in Indonesia. I haven't let it define me. I refuse to let it limit me, because life is precious and pain is just one aspect of my life. I don't like it very much, but I just sort of work around it as best I can.